Welcome, everyone, to San Antonio by Nights. And the last we left off, the entire coterie, consisting of our four lovely characters Urian, Amber, Benji, and M, all decided that the best thing for them to do that night was to go out and see what they could feed upon. Benji called it a double date. Carlos thought it a little weird. But in general, most everyone was fairly satisfied, except for Urian. Poor Urian was having a hard time because it seems that his particular feeding type doesn't allow for him to feed on humans, much like his comrades. Either it's a curse or it's a moral choice. One can really never know until someone spills the beans. But given that Urian was restricted in that way, the other three decided that they would assist him in feeding, feeding properly. And so, upon deciding that they would rather live in the shark tank than anywhere else, they decided that M would be the first little guppy to have a little bit drained from her. Urian didn't want to really come out and say it, but in order to control himself, it was kind of a last resort to really ask this of his coterie. And so we find ourselves on a new night. The coterie has solidified themselves in this kind of bond of trust. And we'll find out what else awaits them. But first, let's get some thoughts from our characters. M, you were the one that Urian fed upon. And to all who looked upon, it seemed like a fairly touching moment. What are your thoughts?
Things can be so different with perception. I felt unsure. I don't know what this will truly mean for me, Urian feeding on me. There should be nothing I should forget, but in this way, I have a little in. That's sometimes what I want. Whatever helps make things more obtainable. I'm nervous that the others know. Nervous that Carlos knows and was insecure in the fact of supporting it. Whatever happens, I'm going to do my best to be ready. And I need to start focusing more on what I want. For now.
For now. Benji, you were in the room watching as all of this took place, kind of orchestrating machinations of your own to try and see if you could find some other way that didn't involve the three of you, maybe.
It's true. Last night was difficult. I've only ever seen Urian being the master of the game. guy in charge. This was the first time I saw the guy down and out, frustrated, struggling. I preferred to forget. I'll say I forgot it for his sake, but I don't actually ever plan to forget this. Urian's done some shady shit for me, whatever means necessary. Feeds on other kindred, and I couldn't even find him someone who is poaching on our turf. So M took that brunt and made a serious tie with him that won't be easy to break. On one side, it saved the guy from himself, but on the other, it's putting M in danger in the long run. He feeds on kindred. He fucking feeds on kindred. He said this to me already, and it went over my head, thinking he needed to feed on people who owed him or some shit. What a fucking idiot. Ugh. Point is, I can't let this happen again. I already know he has a plan, but in case shit goes south, I gotta have one too. Hopefully Amber's in for some conversation on that instead of suggesting I had sex with anyone last night, because I didn't. I watched. I'm not gay.
Glad we got that cleared up. Then Amber. New, pretty, wonderful little Amber. You stood and spectated most of all of this.
Yes. Feed the puss. This is a serious situation I find myself in. On one hand, I understand Mr. Doyle's struggles in the sense of having nowhere else to turn for something that he needs so very, very badly. With that, I can empathize. We as a coterie are a single organism in the end. We exist together. We live, as I said, we live together, we die together. Because all of our survivals are predicated on all of our action. We're a group. And if we can't trust each other to keep our own secrets and make sure that our own are kept safe and, at the very least, not on the edge of torpor or worse, then what good are we? And as for everything else that happened, I didn't see a lot. I went to go see Yuri, and for what I did see, that was hot. And I think I need to have a little chat with them about her particular tastes, and Benji about his particular taste.
So many questions.
So many questions. So many questions. Also need to ask Benji why he decided to just stand back and not decide to, get in there. Tag teaming is a thing.
Suppose we'll find out in time.
Well,
But then there's the man who usually has all of the answers. Sometimes posing them as questions. Mr. Urian Doyle.
Whatever I have to end up telling my coterie, I do. I already know M is inside my head as her blood, her vitae is within me. It's already the first step on a very slippery slope that I must tread every eve. Now they know.
Now they know.
As of right now, they have their first taste of real power. So now their true test begins. What will they do with it? Can they work with it? Do they know how to handle it? And in worst case scenario, can I snatch it back before things get out of sort? I already know Benji is thinking of something. Amber, well, if anything, I'm most disappointed in having to end up doing so in front of her. Carlos, well, he is my worst case scenario, but I am attempting to climatize to this city in the way it wishes to do things. But M is not leaving my mind. I can already hear her whispers. My mind keeps getting distracted with her. And that's just the first taste. Still have my faculties about me, but the blood bond is something, well, thankfully, I have a ploy. I think it's very degrading to have to consider who do you become a servant of. Choose your master carefully. And right now, everyone in San Antonio has been lacking.
San Antonio is a busy city. The day's sleep took you, and when you awake the next morning, or next evening rather, you all awake. I would like everyone to rouse check for me. You're able to stave off that little bit of hunger. Perhaps that voice inside your head, Urian Doyle, of M, little whispers, is what's keeping the hunger at bay. But everyone else, not so lucky. It gnaws and it gnashes. M, you awake with a vision.
Oh,
You see in front of you a familiar face. Your sire's face. But it's contorted, distorted, ruined, crushed beneath a throne. A throne made of white. And then you wake up.
I am trembling. I feel fear. Something's not right, and I need to know now. And I rip the sheets off me and I dash down the stairs. I'm in a panic.
Who's at the coterie house right now?
Well, sire and child, I'm sure.
Benji's at the coterie house. The previous night, he sent Carlos out to La Medianoche with his vehicle, so that's
That you did.
That is correct.
That is true.
I also wouldn't have left the coterie house that night.
All right. Then, as each of you awake, you're either in your room or in the front room doing the mundane tasks of the day when Em storms out of her room coming down the stairs.
Amber would probably be just straightening some stuff up in the in the front room as Em storms out, and she's gonna look at Em and be like, "Good evening. Is everything all right, Em?"
Em paces back and forth in front of the door, unsure if she should leave or if she should go. She hears Amber's words, and all she can mutter is no, 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 no.
Amber is going to immediately stop what she's doing. She's like, "Okay, tell me what's up. Maybe I might be able to help you out."
I, she backs to the wall, fear in her eyes. My sire, I think she's in danger, or something isn't right.
It's like, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab Urian. We're gonna grab Benji, and we're gonna go check. Okay?"
grab me for what?
It's
Benji
like,
walks into the room at this point.
Em has the feeling that her sire is in danger.
I know something is wrong. Something is wrong. And she starts sobbing red into her hands.
What? Wait, how? Hold on. Let's calm down for a sec. How do you get that implication? Benji kneels down to her, puts a hand on her shoulder carefully.
Em flinches at his touch, but keeps it there, grounding someone there. She looks at Amber and Benji, fear in her eyes in admitting this. I saw her. She was hurt. And I'm afraid that they're here. I'm afraid that she's gone.
Alright. That's okay. I mean, it's incredibly vague right now, and we don't know for sure. So let's let's investigate.
Where's
Yes,
Urian?
Yeah, good question.
Amber, I think I'm getting a lot of background noise from you.
Ah, pardon.
Sorry, Em, say again.
I need Urian. Where's Urian? I must talk to Urian. And she moves from Benji and starts looking through the house.
Urian is probably just now rising. He has a taste on his lips. Just maybe the tiniest bit of empty. And alright. It won't bind him, he's sure, but still. He tries to bring himself to realize where he is. The unsettling truth is he's in a room filled with many, many circles. And he hears the panicked voice just across the door. So Urian stands up and straightens himself out as he opens the door, hearing his charge. He stands at the door silent, though he looks over Am, trying to keep a certain degree of composure. I am here.
She hears his voice and turns to look. She is panicking, but she has to keep calm to tell him. Urian, I had a vision, and this feels really, really wrong.
He walks to her, places his hand under her chin to have her look him in the eye. Though, given his height, that's not far. Wiping away tears of blood. Shh. It is all right. It is all right, Am. I'm here. You say something is wrong. I overheard a sire, is that correct?
She nods and looks around. She leans in to whisper. I saw my sire's face crushed under a throne that was white. I saw her by my bed. Her face. I'm afraid they're here. I'm... Camarilla.
He places a hand on her shoulder. We knew this day would come. We have been preparing, remember? Now, tell us more of your vision. What are you sure it's Camarilla?
Benji's hackles rise every time the word is said.
That's the only one who could have done this. The only one who would want to do this to her. To me. There's no other reason, and I should have had my feelers down. I should have known before this happened. It has to be.
You say Camarilla is in the city.
I don't know if they're here. I'm afraid if they are, it would be bad if they are. It would mean she's gone.
There is no guarantee of that. You and I both know. We'll discuss the visions thoroughly. Is there anything else you saw? A lead, something that could help us get into the right location, start looking in the right places? You know it can be trying. But this is why you can guide. We are here now. Tell me more about the vision. She was by your side. You saw a throne of white? Did I hear that correctly? Crushing her.
Her face.
Her face.
It was torn. It was ruined. Beautiful face was ruined.
I know. But you must go further. What else did you see?
Just to recall, did she see anything else, ST?
You can push it further if you want to rouse for premonition, but I noticed you're at hunger 5,
Yeah.
my dear.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm in no state of mind, Urian. If I do, I might snap. I need more.
Then let's get more. What do you need? Blood?
Yeah. I
Alright.
need a lot. I want to be able to figure this out. I must push this as far as I can.
Alright. Okay.
Benji, this is not the time for half measures. Find this one who would not be missed.
Easy. About as easy as I can make it.
Good. Take the van, check for trackers, check for cut brake lines. If the Camarilla really is here, then that means we need to be more on our guard than ever. Once you're done with that, I will continue to keep him calmed. Amber,
Yes, Mr. Doyle?
I trust you understand what the nature of a boon, yes?
I do.
Very well then. He scribbles down a number. This is a number you will only use once in your existence. Do you understand me?
I understand.
Very well. And what is your sire's name?
As she tries to calm herself from the panic, she thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks. As I look it up in my sheet. Okay. Joanna.
Joanna. She only stays by Joanna?
No, Joanna Stockton. Stockton, yeah.
Stockton. You understand this name, yes?
Yes.
You will go to this address. You will call this number on a burner phone or something of the like. I would suggest a coin-operated a phone box. You will get in touch with a man named Björn Devol, a hideous creature. But at this point, tell him that Urian is calling in his favor. You are to collect this favor on behalf of Urian Doyle. The boon has been passed to you. He pulls a pentagram from his neck, a sign he carries frequently, and tosses it to Amber. Show him this to know your sincerity. You will request everything known about this individual, all movings of the Camarilla. Inquire about a Kyle A. Calhoun. Perhaps he is involved in this. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Let us hope the latter and not the former.
Okay, so out of character very quickly. Inquiring about the movements of the Camarilla, about the about Joanna Stockton, M. Sire, and about Kylie Calhoun.
Kyle A. Calhoun, yes. Everything. Spare no expense. And remind him that if I do not get a satisfying answer, well, Wolf was me being kind.
Understood.
Well, what are you all waiting here for?
Amber's already headed for the door.
Benji is not far behind.
he places a hand on him. I will guide you through this. We will end up making sure you are fed proper. What can I get you? Blood is coming. More than enough to be able to swell your fineness of appetite. But we cannot afford to pull half measures now.
My secrets are out, and I'm
You have my
left shaking.
secret.
I hate it, Urian. I hate it. This was the one thing that was not supposed to happen. That's why I came to Texas. I must be grounded before I do this. But it's the boogeyman chasing after you, you know?
I am here now. There is no reason to fear a boogeyman. Lo, though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you shall fear no evil, for he walks by your side.
She stares blankly at him. Her hands have stopped shaking. And in a way, she feels comforted. Thank you, Irian. But I must focus. I must keep myself together. I must do this.
Urian contemplates on the information he's been given. He's pretty sure more will come, but if he can try and figure something out, an angle.
Figuring out an angle.
Maybe occult, certainly, for trying to reinterpret, or maybe there's another interpretation she's not seeing.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an intelligence occult.
Okay. And I don't have an occult specialty, so...
Ooh.
Well,
Well, look at that. That there is a bestial crit. You think about it. You start to pace. Person crushed under a white throne. This imagery certainly seems straightforward. That a person being crushed typically would mean that someone's either torpid or dead. Can't be certain unless you have more facts. But in danger at the very least. The imagery of the white throne, everything in you says Camarilla.
I'm curious. It is a white throne, yet it is Camarilla that is represented by ivory tower. A white throne implies something. A throne.
She is a
Very-
she is a little
She
out of
is an
sorts.
Octavian. We will.
Maybe the image wasn't clear.
I will endeavor to press her however I can. I prepare a ritual downstairs for her. Make sure she's alright. If she needs, she will be by my side. I'm already finished some of the circles to assist her in her gifts. But I also need to end up finish digging a hole There's going to be a body, and I'd rather have it buried quickly. Now that we know one's coming.
For the moment, let's cut over to Benji. Benji, you are looking for a particular individual who will not be missed.
I assumed I was with Amber.
Are you
Assumed.
together?
Benji doesn't have his car. Did he walk to the city?
Urian gave you his keys, remember?
Oh, he did? Okay.
van.
Gave you the van?
The mystery machine.
You know,
Alright.
the thing that says, I kidnap people.
Yep. Alright. As you were saying, ST.
So yeah, you check over the van, much like Urian does nearly every night that you've seen him. You certainly don't have the same sight of the unseen that he does, but you definitely look over the vehicle. You don't spot anything, thankfully, that would indicate that someone tampered with it. And you get in the van and you drive.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going?
Benji is gonna go to the shady part of town. The part of town that he knows has, within Delgado's domain, has a lot of ruffian types.
Mm.
He's gonna look for general criminal activity, either people beating each other up on the street or, you know, something else. Something like tire slashing, something like
Mm.
robbery, shenanigans, anyone with a fucking ski mask. Like,
Mm. Well, having lived in the city for a little bit, you know that many people tend to run into convenience stores, grab what they want, and run out. So let's see if you can find some punk ass who's doing that tonight. Go ahead and roll me a wits, since you're not going to be able to take your time with this, and streetwise.
alright.
And we'll consider this a hunting roll.
Question.
Yes.
Can I add domain stuff to that?
To hunting rolls, no. I'm considering it that.
Okay.
Oh, ouch.
Is it bad?
That
It is bad. Can I willpower that?
Yes, you may.
No. Wait, I got 0 successes. Are you sure I can?
You can willpower that. You can willpower the top.
You
If
can
you
will-
don't, it's a compulsion.
Yeah.
Alright. Well,
If you don't succeed, it's a compulsion. Success is 3 successes.
oh god.
Not quite, Mr. Cortez. Not quite. Let's see your compulsion. Hunting like this.
Oh
for
wait.
M.
Wait, hold on. I already have a
Yep, they stack.
still. Ah, bummer.
So unless you feed yourself, you're at a pretty low. You're at a pretty low dice pool for anything else you try to do.
Oh, it's
Which-
another feeding one?
Yep.
Oh.
It is hunger. You cannot seem to get that hunger out of your mind.
Alright. Well, Benji's got another plan then. He drives to La Medianoche.
Okay. La medianoche. Let me make sure that things are actually set up over here. Give me 2 seconds. Hi, I'm a professional DM. Alright. So you make your way to La Medianoche. It's been about half an hour to an hour with the driving and hunting, coming here.
Ah, God. Wasting time. Well, here's what Benji's gonna do. He looks around inside. Told Carlos to be here. Spots him.
It seems that Carlos did in fact follow your direction. He is here. He kind of spots you and waves at you from a little bit from across the floor.
Benji waves back, comes up to the bar, and just kind of pats Carlos on the back and leans over the bar.
Hey.
Hi. You made it. That's good.
Yeah.
Meet Isabella?
She was kind of busy. I met her briefly, and now I'm here. She showed me where to sleep, and that's really about it.
That's good.
She gave me your room.
Yeah. I kind of expected that.
Weird place you got down there.
Yeah, if you ever want to learn some tricks, let me know. And Benji just holds a fist up to him. Hey,
He
This is-
lightly fist bumps you. Okay.
is this guy kind of tried to get in contact with some time ago?
Uh-huh.
Actually, Benji's gonna... La Medianoche is kind of like a dingier bar,
Kind of a dive, yeah.
generally speaking. I would assume of the regulars, he would know some people who are way more ruffian types. People who've probably not done good things in their life.
I would say that's... I'm going to say that that's an intelligence politics role.
That's even worse.
Because you're trying to navigate the scene of the bar, but the difficulty's pretty low, so...
Intelligence politics,
Mhm.
and I already had a minus to my dice,
Oh, yeah.
so it wouldn't even be accountable right now.
You always get one dice, so you need to put in...
I'd
You
roll one dice, but the difficulties too.
Yeah, there's not a way that you could really navigate that. You
There
could...
is.
It is?
If you get one success, you can succeed at a cost.
Oh, there is that. There is always that succeed at a cost. So go ahead and roll it anyway. See if you get that first success.
But here's the thing. Once again, compulsions.
Mm-hmm.
Defeating compulsion already takes away like what, one dice to all my rolls, 2 dice.
2. So you're
And
gonna...
if they stack, then that
You're
means I
kind
have
of
a minus
munching, Derek. I hear you
Oh,
munching.
sorry.
Sorry. But
I
yes.
already have. If it's a -2, then I have a -4. I only have 2 dots in my intelligence.
That's
but
fine.
You
It-
always
it,
roll.
It always
you always
mins
roll
out to one dice.
All right.
Yeah, always minimum 1.
Yep. So you're gonna roll the intelligence plus politics, and then you're gonna put a -4 as a modifier.
Jeez.
Oh,
Got nothing.
that didn't actually roll a dice. Here.
It doesn't autocorrect. So if you put it in as an egg, like enough that you're rolling 1.
Oh, yeah. Then roll it at a -2. Then if your total's 3.
No, intelligence is total 2.
Oh, then put it at a -1.
Between all of those, it's just
Did a neg 1 then.
Yeah, re-roll it at a -1.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you got one success, so you can succeed at a cost.
Tell me what I'm getting into.
The cost being, you're gonna run into somebody that you don't want to.
All right.
All right. Sometime
We're
tonight,
escalating this.
sometime tonight, you will run into someone that you were not expecting and did not want to see. Well, maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. But you look around the bar and you spot one of the. He's never done anything overt, but you swear this guy is a fucking sleazeball. He is always underhanded. He's always trying to get away with free drinks. He's always trying to slip something to someone for payment. You know, the usual I'm trying to be casual about it, but I'm trying to get a person's attention and not exactly being too stealthy about it. That type.
Kind of a con. If it
Little
wasn't for
bit.
the fact that Isabella was the host, he'd probably try and harm her too, Benji imagine.
Who's to say he hasn't tried to hit on her?
Ugh. Or worse. Well,
You know he's a skis.
Dio's always been telling Dave to get this guy out of the bar just about every other night. It's probably be better for business if he just wasn't here.
Can we
He
eat him?
started- No.
Oh, I want to eat him though.
We have other plans for that.
Come on, I'm fucking starving here.
Benji's losing his mind. All right. I need to make the most of this situation. Can I can I get into my herd?
What is your current hunger level?
It's 3.
3? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can feed from your herd without having to worry about it.
All right. Before I leave and grab this guy and go, I'm going to invite someone downstairs from my herd just for a little ring, little pit fight.
Okay. You do a little bit of back and forth. You leave Carlos up at the bar. He's kind of making conversation with Tia Luis and whoever else is at the bar right now, and kind of trying to blend in. You go downstairs with your bar buddy, your fight buddy, and you're pretty good at selling yourself on stage, so you give him a couple of whacks that don't really hurt him because you know you can. And he gives you a couple of punches that don't really hurt all that much, but
Gotta
just
sell
sell
though.
it,
Mhm.
and you're pretty good at that. But eventually, you let him knock you out. He gloats a little bit, gets cocky. You see the sweat running down his face. He was into the moment way too much to notice that you are stone cold.
Let him have the moment for a sec. And can I intensify with selling in a fight? Roll a performance check on that.
Yeah, if you want to do that. I wasn't
Okay.
gonna make you roll for it, but if you wanted, roll for it. I'm not gonna
I'm
stop
going.
you.
I'm going for. I'm going. I'm going for resonance. For what I can make of it.
Mm.
All right. How do I do this? Performance.
Performance. It's gonna be a stamina performance.
Stamina performance. Okay.
Yep.
modifiers? Just the one?
Just the
Oh,
one
wait,
for
that's-
your specialty for feigning.
But I'm still receiving that. Alright.
I'm not even gonna put the penalty on you. This is part of your feed.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You sell it like it's hotcakes on a summer day.
Benji's just getting up to his knees. Oh, man. Oh, God. You really fucked me up, bro. Just, like, pretending like he's all bruised up and can, like, he's, like, limping and shit.
Mm-hmm.
This guy comes in to give him a hug and just the smell is just fucking overwhelming.
You
Just
love the
grab
smell
him.
of sweat.
Don't say it like that. That sounds gross. All right. He just grabs the guy and bites into him.
And you're taking 2 points from your herd?
I only have 1 point
Okay.
to take.
Then you can only take the one.
He takes the one. Yep. And that's all I got. Lingering kiss. Set him down gently. Ruffle his hair. Pretend like they just hugged it out.
Mm-hmm. You hear a clapping noise.
And she looks over. Who dat?
Coming down the stairs is a face you have seen before. Well, good performance. He makes sure that the other guy just can't see him right now. Let's talk. He goes to another room.
Wait a sec. What? Fuck. Benji just puts the blindfold out and just like his bandana and just like puts it on the guy's face sitting on the ground now. He goes over, follows this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And shuts the door behind him. What? The fuck is you?
The name's Rascal. A lot of people call
Nice.
me Ghost.
Nice to meet you, rascal. Hold on. How the fuck did you get down here?
Like everybody else does. Down the stairs.
With that face? Sure. Yeah. Alright.
You mean to tell me that you don't remember the night we met?
Benji just gives this look, concern, process.
The day you took a manual?
That was you?
Yeah.
You're that Inviso bitch?
How can you forget this face?
Well, I didn't see a face.
I was right behind. Anyway. Motherfucker can't see.
Wait.
Where's my man?
Not here.
Where?
Why should I tell you?
'Cause I said so?
Well, 'cause you said so.
Yeah. You were in our turf. Stealing our shit.
You better watch it better then. Look. Alright.
What you say to me?
You're just here for a manual?
And maybe Carlos.
No, you don't get him.
Why not? They're both mine.
Motherfucker. You didn't have your name on them. I doubt they would actually ever suggest that they're yours.
You bring up the name Ghost to Emmanuel or Carlos, and they'll tell you exactly what I'm telling you right now. You don't fuck with me. So you're gonna give me my shit back. Or this gonna get real ugly.
Can I get a read on this guy?
Go ahead, wits insight.
Now that I don't have both feeding compulsions on me. Alright.
He's sleazy.
With that face, yeah.
But you get the sense that he's not fucking around.
Alright. Why do you need them?
Why else?
What, for the drug business?
I kinda run that shit. I heard about you, Big B. Spreading your wings all over town, trying to get in on my turf, my business, my gig. Lots of people would find that incredibly offensive.
Well, see, here's the thing. They were actually coming in on our turf and Delgado's turf. And as far as I know, they work under Jameson. That means you work under Jameson.
Never said I didn't. Never said I did.
Well, logically speaking, that's what I can conclude.
You can think what you want.
Now, here's a better question. I could give them back, but what exactly are you going to do for me that's not going to elicit me telling Delgado that you're in here and you're trying to make Kindred, born in his domain, yours? That you...
As far as I'm understanding, Isabella run her own turf. She don't answer that to Delgado. So I'm here because she allows it.
Because she allows it.
I got business. I'm making a deal with you. You give me my shit back. I may forget about the fact that you came. Because I haven't told Jameson yet that you were on his turf. Delgado's people coming in on his turf. Why, that would strike up a real bad situation.
It would, but it already has. You want to know why I got them?
As far as I understand, mortals going in between territory ain't got shit to do with Kindred.
Unless they absolutely do have to do with Kindred, right?
As far as Carlos knew, he was Emmanuel's man.
As far as Carlos knew, he was Jameson's man. Look.
Semantics.
Buddy, you can't wing this out of me. Fact of the deal is, you take something from Delgado's, we take something from James. Fair trade now.
Alright. Then where's my man? Doesn't look like he's here.
He's not.
Then where is he?
I ain't gonna tell you, fool. But here, we can do this instead. Let's actually schedule up an appointment.
No, that ain't gonna happen. No, I'm taking Carlos then.
Daunt. I'm activating Daunt, and I'm gonna throw in that Intimidate. We are scheduling up an appointment where I break your fucking neck here.
Roll me a charisma intimidation plus daunt. And he is going to try and insight check you. Holy shitballs. Wow.
He's-
He's trying to look very composed. That is that is a big old fucking crit. There's 3 10s in that.
He's Benji means
Yeah,
business.
bad successes. That's a noof.
That's a big oof. Yeah. You
Are you sure you don't want to willpower that, just in case you roll another 10?
Wow. Yeah, there's no way that he can beat that. He looks at you and he sees that beast, that meat, that snarling visage, and that comes out on your face, and he just looks at you, trying to keep his composure, but it's clear ain't nobody fucking with you. All right, appointment it is.
Rascal, Ghost. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna meet each other later. In an appointed place, appointed time. Not tonight. And I'll bring Emmanuel with me. He'll be looking pretty. We'll figure things out from there.
All right. But I'll have you know, if there's a hair hurt on his little head, you're gonna be wishing that you didn't.
You know, I doubt that. I think he's under better charge with me than you.
You're funny. I like you, Big B. I like you. See you around.
Yeah, take care of yourself.
And you see that he begins to fade from view. And as far as you know, starts to walk out.
What the fuck? Fucking invisible bullshit.
What do you do?
Go back upstairs. Benji's gonna take the customer in question. Check Carlos. Make sure he's still in the fucking building.
He is.
Alright. Benji comes up to Carlos. So, who whispers to him? Ghost, huh?
Shit.
Any other things you're not telling me, Carlos?
You know, I told that one to Delgado. I thought he would share.
How about you start telling us too?
Boy, yeah.
God, man. We have more conversations to be having, but right now I'm pressed for time. So what instead we're gonna do is we're gonna tag team a problem customer. Alright?
Oh,
Benji looks for the customer in question.
you see him. He's
yes.
sloppy drunk in a table in the corner.
Benji's gonna look over at Dave and get a read to see if Dave's getting ready to take the guy out or not.
You see that Dave looks a little frustrated, but he's just kind of watching him, seeing if he becomes belligerent. So far, not yet, but willing to jump on him if something happens.
Benji taps on the bar. Hey Tio.
What's up?
Hey. Could you would you be cool with popping a beer for my friend here?
Sure, hasn't drank anything all night.
Nah, we're gonna start though.
Alright. It's on your paycheck, right?
Yeah.
Alright. I don't give a fuck.
Cool.
What's this about
Thanks,
his
dude.
business?
And Benji hands the drink to Carlos. And he whispers to him. You're gonna instigate some shit.
What?
You're pretty good at pissing people off.
Sure. Alright.
I want you to go have a good conversation with that man.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to the bouncer. I'm gonna speak with him for a sec. He just pats Carlos on the arm. Good luck.
He gives you like a nervous thumbs up. And then he dons his most professional face, takes the beer, and walks over towards your friend.
And as Carlos does so, Benji just waves to him really quick. Drink it.
Now, Benji, you would know without a rouse check for Blush of Life, he will immediately spit that up and spit up ash.
Oh yeah, huh. I was thinking blood would come out, but if it's ash, never mind.
Maybe a combo of both, but
Yeah, combo both. Your saliva isn't saliva, it's blood.
yep. Either way, it don't look pretty. Just to remind you.
Alright, well, Benji he just does an X mark. Don't drink it. Don't drink it.
Carlos looks a bit confused and still goes to have a conversation with the person that you've directed him toward. And you wanted to talk to Dave, or you just waiting for
Yes.
something to get instigated?
Benji's gonna go have a conversation with Dave.
Okay. Dave is at his usual spot.
Hey, how you been?
Good. Just, watching out for people. Like I do. You mind getting me a drink?
Don't mind at all.
I'll just take a water, though.
Yeah. Got you, man. And Benji goes back over to the bar, grabs him and Dave a drink, and just watches He's wondering if Carlos is gonna dump the drink on this guy or what.
You look over at Carlos. He seems to have struck up a conversation with the man. The man starts to get a little bit belligerent, but nothing worse for wear, nothing that either of you have never heard before. He's not getting violent, he's just getting loud.
Benji grabs another glass of water, starts walking over to Carlos and this man. He feigns tripping and spills the water on him. All right, how do I? Okay.
I want you to sell that. Uh that's a manipulation performance.
Okay. I don't think I get to add my specialty in that.
No, because this isn't a fight. Yours is fight specific.
He's just bullshitting.
It's not bad.
It almost seemed on purpose, which is perfect.
Yeah. This guy.
Oh shit. Oh god. I'm sorry, man.
What the fuck?
You know, I was
Watch
just
where
thinking,
you're fucking going.
I was bringing this to you so that I could help you get your drunk ass ready to go.
I ain't going nowhere. You ain't closing yet.
Yeah, well, you know, I think you're ready to start. All right, and he's just like, he's instigating. He's like, he's trying to get this guy riled up.
There's a couple of moments where you're kind of reaching for him and he's batting you away, and you're reaching for him and he's batting away. Carlos is trying to instigate and trying to play the good cop in this particular scenario, and is trying to calm him down where you're trying to rile him up. Kind of an opposing pair.
Is Dave coming over yet?
You look over to Dave, and he just kind of face palms. And does start to come over. What in the hell is going on here?
Look, I was just trying to get the man a cup of water. You know, he's just been.
Yeah, you were getting one for me too. What the fuck?
Benji just takes it off the table. It's like half full. Here.
He goes and downs it. Alright. Benji, you're causing a scene right now. Come on. You know better than that.
You're right, man. I just wanted to help. Hey. Benji turns over to this guy. Sorry, man.
Nah, you fucking pussy.
If you want to take it outside, Benji just does the shrug thing. Can I persuade him to just follow me?
Yeah, that's a manipulation persuasion.
Okay. I'm trying so hard. Can I get a +1 with Carlos here?
Yeah, he's kind of helping.
He's good cop, but he's also not good. Yes, modifier?
Go for it.
Oh, God. Ugh.
Nah.
I'm reaching. I'm really reaching.
You're really reaching.
Oh, God.
Leaving it at that?
Willpower.
Alright. Can re-roll 2 dice. Alright. He kinda looks at you strange, Just kind of eyeballs you a little bit. Man, fuck off.
And maybe I will, you fucking.
The fuck did you say to me?
I called you a tard. You have any fucking problems with that? Can't follow me out, that makes you a pussy too.
You're the one starting shit.
You're the one being a drunk ass piece of shit all over this bar.
It's a fucking bar.
Yeah?
Whatever, I don't want to be at this fucking dart hole anyway. And he just gets up to start to walk out to his own vehicle.
Benji just shrugs. I just want integrity, man.
Fuck your integrity. This place is shitty. Hate it.
Benji pats Carlos on the shoulder. He follows him out. He decides to... He makes it look like he's just walking out casually to his own vehicle. Take
Alright.
care, Dave.
See ya. You coming back tonight?
Probably not tonight.
Alright.
Yep.
Whatever.
Alright, so as he goes out with Carlos, can Benji spot this guy?
Yeah, give me a wits awareness. He went out the door before you did.
This has been so messy.
He's kind of sloppy, so... You could spot this guy a mile away, the way he's walking.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. Benji, hands Urian's keys to Carlos. I want you to check the van, get it started. We're gonna
Okay.
meet up just down the block.
What are we doing exactly?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Sure. And he goes toward the van to go and look and see if there's anything that's been done to it.
Check it really good. Use your senses.
He just
And
kind of shrugs a little bit and goes back to what he's doing.
cool. Benji follows the guy down the block. He kind of just like watches for him to go down an alley or
Are you following closely behind, or are you following at a distance?
following closely. Why not?
You start to follow closely, and he notices that you're coming towards him, and he's going towards his vehicle. Man, what the fuck?
What, you're gonna drink and drive?
I'm okay.
Yeah. You're barely fucking standing. You're gonna drink and drive.
What, are you gonna call me a fucking Uber?
I'll do you one better. Let me take you home.
Since when are you so nice? You'll never talk to me.
I'm choosing to now, ma'am. I'm gonna roll persuasion.
Alright. Got another
Manipulate.
beer?
Sure damn do.
Fuck, whatever.
Persuasion manipulation?
You don't need to. He's already
don't?
agreed.
Alright. Finally did it. Right. Benji just signals Carlos to bring the van around.
And he does.
Has him pull over up a bit closer. Opens the bag, just grabs the guy and throws him in. Is fast as hell, jumps in, closes the door.
Dude, what the fuck? And you just. I'm sure that there is a bit of a moment where you try and get this guy to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there's gonna be a bit of a struggle.
And at that struggle, I think that's where we're going to jump over to Amber. Amber, you were instructed to get in touch with a certain individual.
Yes, yes, I was. Were, if I remember correctly.
Buer. Buer Duval.
Bjorn Duval. Yes. So, the first thing I'm gonna do is all of this stuff that I've been doing. I've been in this dress for like a couple of nights now.
Mm-hmm.
I think a change in attire is appropriate.
Okay.
So, very quickly, she's going to stop by her haven.
Okay.
It'll be a quick in and out. She's going to get changed in her room from the dress and heels that she's wearing into a suit.
Hmm.
Proper pants, tie, formal. She's going to put on a pair of gloves. She's then going to search her the table by the bed, the bedside table,
Mm-hmm.
and she is going to retrieve a knife,
Okay.
the holster of which she is going to strap to the ankle of her, to her left calf under the pants,
Okay.
and she's going to then proceed to and then she's going to proceed to head to a payphone a little ways from her haven,
Okay.
and she's going to call the number on the piece of paper.
Now, just to clarify, Urian, that is Buer's number that you collected?
It is.
Okay.
Which, given how Bureau likes to end up, well, contacting and doing business, I thought it would be best not to send him to, or send Emperor out to try and end up locating his haunt. Instead, let him discover Emperor through phone call, and hopefully everything will go smoothly. Though I doubt it.
So Amber, you listen, and there's a couple of rings. And eventually there's a voice on the other side. Yeah.
Urian Doyle is calling in his favor.
Where do you want to meet?
Would I know any good meeting places for this kind of thing nearby?
You could always choose a place on your domain.
Yeah, no, I'll choose a is there a park in the domain?
Yeah, there's plenty of parks.
Yeah, we'll just go to a small park in the domain. And Amber will give the details because she would know those details and
Mm-hmm.
I would not. So, yeah, she'll describe where the meet is going to take place.
All right. See you there in 20 minutes.
Understood. See you there.
And so you go from this park, or from this payphone, and make your way to that park. Do you have Sense the Unseen?
I don't have aspects at all.
Ah. And you don't see anyone. You look around. You are waiting 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
Would I get a sense that if someone was hiding from me, or there's something hiding around? Just by like he said he'd be here in 20 minutes and he's not. Because the longer I wait, the higher my alert is going to go.
You don't really know this person, so you don't really have a way to gauge whether or not this is just him toying with you, or this is the usual for him, or if this is some kind of tactic to make you on edge. You can't really be sure. You don't know who Bjor Duval is.
Yes.
But eventually, you're kind of standing out in the middle of the park. Eventually, take a seat on a bench, and there's a whisper next to your ear. You rang.
There you are. I thought you were going to plague. Exactly as I said on the phone.
What's he
He's
want?
calling in the three things. First, everything that you can get on Joanna Stockton. Second, anything that you can get on the movements of the Camarilla in the city. And third, anything to do with one Kyle A. Calhoun.
Now, you'll be happy to know they ain't in this city. Joanna Stockton, let's see. Where is this name from? Do you know?
It's a name that I was told.
Not ringing any bells. If I knew where she was from, maybe I could find out. But, Kyle Calhoun. Now that's a name. That's a mighty big name in Mississippi, if I remember right. He's, well, was. You ever hear of a little revolt that happened down there?
Jackson?
That'd be the one.
I've heard bits and pieces.
Yeah, turns out Kyle Calhoun is the prince. The prince's only progeny at this point. Still fucking alive.
Is that all?
Well, word on the street, if you are indeed Mr. Doyle's representative.
And she'd hang up the pentagram to show him that, yes, she is in fact Mr. Doyle's representative.
Word on the street, he's holed up in Dallas. Not too far away from here. hate to be in that guy's sights. Got a real grudge against them anarchs. Well, the anarchs of Jackson that kinda made his prince eat the dust.
Yes. I mean, I imagine that one who has lost so much would hold such contempt for those who caused him to lose it in the first place.
That's the rumors.
Hmm. So you say the Camarilla are not in this city?
You think we'd allow it if they were? You're in
Good
anarch
to me.
country. Are you new? You're mighty pretty.
I'm well aware. No, I'm just making deadly sure that I know exactly what I'm reporting. The last thing we need is misinformation.
Mm. You'd also be probably inclined to know that a couple of other survivors from Jackson made it through too. Don't got any names.
They're in Dallas?
They're in Dallas.
Understood. If you do hear anything about one Joanna Stockton,
I'll be sure to let Mr. Doyle know. I know where to find him.
then our business is concluded. Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Duval.
Tell him I said hi.
I shall. And Amber will leave the park.
And so far as you know, so has your partner in crime.
And with that information, she's going to immediately get back into her car and head straight back to the coterie house. Urian's going to want to know this information as soon as possible.
Alright. So, does everyone make their way back then? Benji's making his way back. Amber's making his way back. Her way back.
Yeah,
And Em and
that's it.
Urian are waiting at the house.
Yeah,
It's correct.
Amber blasting kill switch from the way there. She's in a music mood.
Perfect. Alright. You all are present.
Fantastic. Well, go on.
Benji brings the guy in, blanket over the top of his head, wrapped up in vines that he found in the back seat.
The fuck, man? God.
It's making sure this guy can't actually see out of the blanket at any point throughout their travel.
Mm-hmm.
Brings him in. All right. Ready for the show.
Fantastic.
What show?
Oh. I was not aware. I thought you knew you were invited to a bit of a party. He pulls him to his side.
A weird ass
See.
kind of party.
Uh-oh. Well, everybody enjoys things getting a little freaky from time to time.
Oh,
Em, why don't you go and make this gentleman comfortable?
I'm not really into that.
You're not into that.
No.
Oh, no, why would you deny something so beautiful?
Carlos just pipes up. What the fuck are we doing?
Oh, Carlos. Well, so glad you can join us.
Hey.
We are currently engaging in a bit of party time. You see, right now, as it stands, Dear M is. Oh, what is the modern expression? A thirsty girl.
Oh.
And, well,
He kind of
I
quirks a
would.
brow at you, realizing for after a moment that that has two different meanings in his context at this point.
So glad he's keeping up. Well,
And the guy is kind of squirming drunkily and kind of trying to squirm away from Benji, but Benji has a death grip from Satan.
of course.
I'm sorry, man.
No,
What?
no, no.
What? What?
Whispering in this guy's ear. I'm sorry, but La Familia comes first.
The the fuck? What the wait? What? What? What's going on? What's going on here? I this this isn't what I
Yeah.
wanted.
Ben, Big B.
I
Release the man. He is a guest. Come, sir. Come, sir.
He
Please.
just guides the guy to the couch, pulls off the blanket,
Uh, what?
unbinds his hands.
Yes. No, that is. I have to apologize. He is absolutely unbearable at times. What was your name, sir?
Uh, Derek.
Uh, Derek, Hebrew for leader, yes?
Sure.
Name I can appreciate. One I'm sure my dear M could as well. I need you to relax, friend.
Um,
I've heard that.
I was told I was gonna go home.
Well, I don't think we are going to get married tonight, but third base would be close enough, right? He pulls him aside to him and gets the two close and comfortable. And I am going to. It's not going to be a great one, but I'm going to try and lull this individual into something a little bit more relaxed. I need him relaxed.
Okay. How do you plan to do that?
Hmm. Going to end up putting him in M's good graces and express that right now we need to end up getting some of the devil's lettuce in us.
Mm,
Yeah. I always keep a small amount,
mm.
but not that that's the part that's going to matter.
Oh,
But I need him relaxed.
he's apprehensive.
I imagine so.
Very apprehensive. In fact, I'm gonna ask you to make a manipulation plus persuasion check.
Plus persuasion?
Mm.
Sure thing. And I believe that's. And. I believe that's gonna add that.
Mm.
Nice.
Not bad, not bad.
Is he pretty relaxed right now, like after a little bit of back and forth?
A little bit of back and forth. He's kind of drunk, and now he's
I'll
getting.
spend a willpower on it to end up re-rolling 2 dice.
Okay.
I need him very relaxed. 5. Fantastic.
Nice. Yep. He takes in a couple of drags. He takes him a minute, but eventually he does get to the point where he's fucking crossfaded.
That is fantastic. It's at that point I'm going to signal to M to drain him dry. Don't alert him. Let him enjoy the calm.
And what do you do?
She's gonna try to be not overbearingly flirty, but enough to sweeten the deal. I mean, he's drunk, he's high,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna have a good time. And she wants to make sure that, sorry, that, he's aware of that. Add to that.
Okay.
And as she sees him relax, she. I want to. She puts her hand on his shoulder just to kind of initiate something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's toying with him.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun. I'm getting what I want.
Just sink your teeth in. Just eat him. Devour him. Kill him.
Finally. Thank you. She looks at him and smiles with a sick, happy smile as she wraps her hand in his beard and pulls his head to the side and violently just rips into his throat.
And
Urian kind of looks to Benji and Carlos at this point.
oh, Carlos is like, oh shit. Should we stop?
Shh, 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 shh. No.
If you can't look, you can't
And
look,
then-
man.
An important lesson. The condition of those you take from matters as much as the person you take from themselves. I know that with a relaxed, passive, almost euphoric individual can bring out the best in her. She needs calm. To be calmed, she must drink calm. Do you understand?
Okay. I'm gonna go to the kitchen.
You will watch.
What? What?
You will respect the sacrifice being made right now.
This is fucked up shit.
This is something you will have to come to terms with someday. And I would not hide it from you. I would rather be honest with you.
This is what we are.
Okay. Do you drain him dry? If you are planning not to, you need to roll a frenzy check.
Yeah, no, I think she's, even though the blood may calm her, she's desperate. She needs as much as she can get, no matter what.
All
Not,
right.
she's not going to risk anything when it comes to Joanna.
Do any of you have convictions that would protect you from stains?
La Familia comes first.
Satan represents indulgence instead of abstinence.
No.
I don't have any either.
Because you are going along with your beast and killing this person in cold blood, you will take 3 stains.
Okay.
Benji, do you consider M family?
There's so much that's been invested in this coterie at this point.
Then you will only take one stain.
All right.
Urian, you only take one stain. Amber, you take 2 for allowing this to happen. And so, after M is finished, a mess strewn on the couch,
Okay.
the person is lifeless on the couch. M, you can reduce your hunger to 0.
Okay.
Give her a moment. This is probably the closest she has come to calm in a long time. This is a lesson, though, that I would teach you, Carlos, and you, Benji. We take in the blood. The vitae we have is the direct result of what and whom we feed. If I had a choice, I would have marinated this individual in contentment for days, weeks. Give them a true sense of it. Let us hope what we have managed to do was enough to lull them, to aid him in her moment of need. And yes, Urian is trying to end up making it Flemic to specifically end up helping with any roles in Auspex for resonance.
Lucky for you, there is a clot. And let me go ahead and pull up the book, because I'm going to pick one. Give me 2 seconds to look that up in the book. Sorry, 2 seconds, everyone. All right. There we go. M, the taste is intense. It is overwhelming. This person has been alone for years. There is no other taste on this person except the fact of their loneliness. You have the clot Lone Wolf. Add 1 die to your tests when alone. Subtract 1 die when tests assisted by others or use teamwork. Lasts only 1 scene.
Could you repeat that? Sorry, I just need to type it down.
Lone Wolf. Add 1 die to your tests when alone. Subtract 1 die from tests to assist others or use teamwork.
Okay.
Does that mean if she does this on her own, she technically has a plus
Plus
2
1.
to all her aspects?
Mhm.
One for the resonance and one for the lone wolf.
Yep.
Would that be more than what I would get just normally then?
That would be putting you at a +2 if you were to go to your room and do it.
Okay. She expected to feel calm, happy, able to get what she needed for Joanna. And now all she can feel is the emptiness of the world and the fear of not having her in it anymore. And what that means for her. Maybe I should be alone, she mutters. She stands up slowly, not looking at the others. Hanging her head, she excuses herself and starts to go up the stairs.
Do the rest
Oh.
of you do anything?
Benji looks over at the body. Looks to Urian. So,
I already dug a hole.
good. Well, I'll get to that then. And as Benji's picking this guy's corpse up, pulling him over his shoulder, he's just wincing the entire time. You can see his expression is pain, anguish. Benji doesn't like this.
Urian at this point looks at the body being hoisted. Amber, have you ever encountered something like this? This life that you are now tasting for the first time?
Once or twice. Doesn't get any easier. As there is a single bloody tear running down her cheek.
Benji, hold up. This is the expression, yes. I will deal with the body. I wish for you to console Amber and yourself. Take a moment. This was my call, and it is my responsibility.
Benji just nods, sets the body down, laying it gently across the floor. Turns to Amber and Carlos both and just kind of ushers them downstairs.
Urian takes hold of the body and the shovel. Benji, you probably hoisted it over your shoulder with one arm. Urian is currently dragging it over the floorboards. Very clear he is struggling,
Jesus.
but he gives you a very stern look if you ever consider aiding.
Benji just wincing the entire time while watching Urian. Fuck. Alright.
Carlos is just sitting at the kitchen table, where it's not a bloody mess. His face in his hands.
Benji goes over to him. It's not easy. It doesn't get easier.
Well,
No.
fuck. M, you are now alone in your room. Perhaps the loneliest you've felt in a long time, even being this far away from Joanna.
I feel hollow. I feel empty. All I wanted do is just figure out what the fuck is going on. I'll open my mind.
Roll me a rouse check. You successfully stave off that hunger, that calm, that alone feeling just kind of settles you. For the first time in maybe weeks, maybe months, who knows how long, that beast is quiet. You're able to focus with no other distractions, and you open your mind to what the universe has to show you. Roll me your premonition with a +2.
Okay.
Oh, I already did that.
Oop. Sorry.
Do you want to willpower any of it?
Yeah, that'd be great. And that's 3, right?
Yeah, you could do 3.
Oh,
The image you saw before becomes clearer. It is definitely Joanna's face. It is definitely mangled. It's definitely crushed, her body splayed. But it's not a throne that you see. It's that tower. That ominous tower that you've seen in your dreams. That ominous white tower that casts the largest shadow. The tower you've been running from. And you see, at the top of that tower, isn't a crown. It's a scythe. There's a specter of death that comes with that tower. There is a face. Another familiar face. And a word pops into the back of your mind. Hugh.
oh God.
And at the base of the tower, you see that there are dozens and dozens of people coming toward you. They're coming for you. He's coming for you. And he has friends. And the vision fades. And you are left alone in your room.
I don't... She mutters, and it's almost intangible as she puts her face in her hands. She is in pain. She can feel it in a heart that no longer beats. Fear and death. Hugh. They're not here yet, but they're coming. I have to... And she tries to get up to tell the others, but she can't bring herself to stand. She's petrified. She'll take a few minutes to try to compose herself and bring herself back down to tell the others. But now all she feels is the cold touch of death, lingering in her mind.
And so you go back downstairs?
Yeah, she's gonna be a little minute, like a little while. Just to try to, she might even, um, no, she won't write it down. Yeah, no, she'll just head straight downstairs.
After a few moments, M does return.
Hey,
Perhaps.
are you?
Doesn't matter if I'm alright or not, but what we need to talk about right now, as a group, is the situation that's going to come to hand.
Okay. Benji looks over to Amber and also to Carlos. All right. Shall we? I'll go fetch Urian. Goes outside, um, around the corner of the house, out a bit into the wooded areas.
Mm.
Tries to find Urian out there. Shouldn't be too hard since he can probably hear the shovel.
Yes. Urian would just be finishing up now. Thankfully, he pre-dug the hole for the little girl, so thankfully it wasn't much extra work to end up making it for a full-size individual. Still, as he as he places the spade back into the ground, you'd almost expect him to wipe the sweat from his brow, if he could. Looking at his work, he pats it down, scatters some leaves over it. Perhaps in time, body will decompose and be no problem. It's not a great solution, but it will be a solution for the time being. It's at that point he notices Benji as he's looking about with his eyes attuned to specters and hidden things before he speaks to Benji. Whatever you go on.
Oh, yeah. M's done. She wants everyone to talk.
So it's difficult. The gifts of her particular blood are unreliable. And because of that, you must come at it with multiple angles. But this is often the best way to get a better understanding of what you are dealing with. Hers was the greatest sacrifice of soul, and should be honored as such. And this forgettable individual, well, let us mourn for him by putting his blood to use.
Right. This is more important for now. Fuck.
It is the cost of war, Benji. If you know its cost, you know why it is that you must be very careful when waging it.
Some fucking more.
It is. And I fear that the worst is yet to come. Over his shoulder and starts walking out. Back to the house. Time
Benji.
to face your sins.
And he walks beside.
So everyone has gathered in the house.
As far as I know. I believe that only leaves... Oh, never mind. Thought it was Emperor and Carlos down below.
I think everyone is upstairs at this point.
Yeah, well,
In
no,
the
we would
front
have gone
room.
back upstairs.
Carlos is just running his fingers through his hair several times.
Benji pulls up a chair, swings it around, sits in it backwards. He grips the handles of the back end of the chair with both his hands. He's slowly applying pressure, and you notice his knuckles start to go white.
What are we dealing with here?
We're about to discover it.
Well, now that you're here.
Urian walks behind him and pulls a chair for her to sit. Guides her down and places a blanket over her shoulders. Not that something that would truly comfort a dead thing, but maybe the attachment to life we still cling on to might do something for her.
To be plain and simple about all this, Camarilla or Rhea are coming. Not exactly here yet, but they... She swallows deeply. Joanna's gone, most likely. And, well, I saw, instead of the throne, a tower, a white tower. And atop, what I've always expected was coming for me. She looks down and looks up. I fled from New York because I have a price on my head for being what I am, for being my sire's creation. And because I'm here, they're coming. Death is coming. And it's bringing friends.
Benji grips the chair so hard you hear snapping noises coming from it.
Urian thinks about this, and I believe I understand what she's actually meaning, but I wish to double check using a intelligence politics, including my specialty.
Mm.
And I'm willing to spend a willpower on that. I believe that means she's a tradition breach.
That she is.
Urian takes a moment thinks about it. You are a breach of the third tradition.
Yes, I am.
The accounting. Well, the third tradition says, thou shalt only sire another with the permission of thine elder. Your sire is either in danger or was put to death for embracing you without permission of the prince, yes?
That's why she sent me here. So I could hide.
But they discovered your existence.
That's what I feared the most, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, at this point, yeah. If I told you there was nothing to apologize for, you would feel worse. So I will simply say this. I have welcomed you into this domain, under my tutelage, and I have taken you as my own. And I will be damned if an outsider of this city, a city I have come to call home, would take something from me. Not one of you. And should anyone challenge this, I will end up making that person pay. I do not recognize the tradition of progeny in this domain. And until I say otherwise, there is no sin upon you that you have not willingly accepted. It is your own judgment. I concern myself with nothing more.
For what it's worth, I'm not gonna let some Camarilla fuck get anywhere near any of you. I'm with Urian on it. And I'm with you.
As am I.
Ember, you are the youngest in this coterie. Younger than my child by all respects. Are you sure you asked for your freedom? Would you so quickly bind yourself to fighting the monolith? It is the ivory tower. Do you truly have any understanding as to what it is that you have declared? At least with M, I know they have lived it. And I know full well with Benji. Benji is primed to rip and tear every Camarilla that would step inside San Antonio. But you? You don't exactly strike me as the type who is ready in combat boots, flak vests, and ready to bring out guillotines and flintlock rifles.
This will be when Amber will show a little demonstration of her prowess. Not towards anyone. Not towards anyone, it's just a demonstration. With that knife that she has strapped to her leg. she wields it more competently than one of her type normally would. And she draws it with such a speed, so unnatural, that yeah, it seems like she's not just a pretty face. She's like, yes, I did so want my freedom. But the thing about freedom is that, as you said, Urian, the freedom, true freedom, is not really something that exists. We'll all serve something someday. But I'm going to take the little bit that I have, the little freedom that I have to choose, to make that decision.
Very well. I will not question your intent. We have an unusual situation. Usually, it is us trying to topple them, not the other way around. Theirs will be slow and insidious. I have no doubt that they have several like you, Benji. Ones who could quite easily beat you to death with your own limbs. I have no doubt that they have several like you, Amber, who are capable of wielding Kine like a weapon. I have no doubt that they have insightful individuals such as you, my dearest M. And I know that for as smart as I may be, I am not prepared to try and outwit an entire think tank. So, we have one simple advantage. We know they are coming, and we have no time to waste. We will build the barricades. We will hoist and make this domain a fortress. We will find those who are sympathizers to the Camarilla that comes in here.
There's a name too. If Hugh. They'll be led
Hugh.
by Hugh.
Hugh of New York.
Hugh is the man who's hunting me.
Of New York.
Yes.
If he is Camarilla, then there might be a chance.
It's a pretty high difficulty.
Will 7 cover it?
Potential scourge material.
Potential scourge material from New York?
Yep.
Anything else I would know of this individual?
Aside from what M's already told you, their sire's name is Joanna Stockton. You would know that
Stockton.
it's
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did you just say Joanna Stockton?
mm-hmm.
Was that not the name of M's sire?
Yep.
I understand. Now the fear makes sense. And they're coming here to prove that they are, in fact, of proper stock. And as a scourge, likely if they were the ones to kill their own sire, as a point of pardon. would also mean that they probably are guilty of committing the sin of diablerie. Him is right to fear you. Urian thinks about this before he speaks to the group. I understand your concern. What more can you tell us about you? I have no doubt you have intimate knowledge of the individual. You say death is coming. Do you really believe that they are capable of dealing with Benji and the rest? Benji's your trump card in a physical fight if they are in fact what I think they are. That means a lot.
In my vision, I saw others at the base of the tower. He won't be alone, and I know we aren't as well. I believe in our capabilities and what we can do. But I fear death, Urian. For myself, and what it may bring for all of you.
You did not bring this mess upon us. Of that, I'm most certain. But if they are coming here, I very much doubt they are coming alone. That makes your problem my problem.
We gotta start mobilizing.
Benji, would you have the first idea on how to handle something like this?
No, but I imagine Delgado might have some better ideas.
Yes, of course.
I also imagine Isabella might have some ideas.
She may. Benji, you know how to start the car. But lastly, Amber, you ended up performing that service, yes?
I did.
And what did our ambassador have to say?
He sends his regards, first and foremost. On topic the first, he has no information on Joanna. I asked him to keep an ear out, and he will let you if he finds.
He
On
best
topic,
end up keeping us all informed, lest I end up
Hmm.
considering the boon not fully paid.
On topic the second, he says that the Camarilla are not in the city yet. Vision.
Not yet, but he knows they're coming.
Yes. And
Does he know where they are?
No.
He said
With the way.
Dallas.
I was going to move to topic the third about that in just a second.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. He's like, on topic the third. He is holed up in Dallas, and he's not the only one.
You're referring to Kyle.
Yes.
He's not the only one. Hugh and Kyle, if they're working in tandem, that is certainly cause for concern.
Mr. Dodd, no. Not by he's not the only one, I mean he's not the only one who survived that particular that is in Dallas.
There were more that survived.
Yes.
There were more that survived Jackson.
Yes.
That
At
can't
least
be.
that is what Mr. Duvall says.
That can't be. That cannot be true. I was there. I can assure you that the Camarilla was exterminated.
He said there were others that survived, and that they're all holed up in Dallas
Who?
together. He didn't have names.
He better end up getting names, or I'll start taking heads.
You will need to contact him then. As you said, Mr. Doyle, I am only to use that.
Urian, if you don't mind me asking, who's Kyle A. Calhoun to you?
A progeny. A If I were to be brutally honest, what Kyle A. Calhoun is to me is an adversary of the highest caliber. If you think I am one step ahead of you, I have no doubt he can quite easily be able to keep up point for point. For all intents and purposes, try and imagine me as your adversary with a lot more resources, a lot more people, a lot more finances, and the ability to buy any detective and any eyes and any phone tap that you could ever consider. Try and imagine an individual who he is so far beyond driven, one could be forgiven for thinking he is of Malkavian blood or of the Toreador obsession. He is loyal to a fault, and he considers what I have done a great insult to his line. One that I will never live down, according to him. He is He is an individual who is more than capable, and he is the most dangerous thing I think I have seen embraced in quite some time for one reason that everybody missed. And the fact that he was embraced when so many overlooked him gives him quite the chip on his shoulder as something to prove. Everyone looked at him and didn't see, but I knew when I saw him. He has the most dangerous weapon, one that will not be found in this room. He has vision. True vision.
Then he's an adversary of the highest caliber, one that we need. An exceptionally dangerous individual.
And as I said, Camarilla are organized. To have one coming into the city would be a danger, but a danger to an individual. What we have is at least two, and if M's vision is correct, more than that. Perhaps a invasion coterie, or maybe a group of specialists specifically designed to take out very specific targets. Now, outside of myself and M, I would like to end up knowing if there are others, because it would, if they are working in tandem. That means each one in that coterie has something. Some personal business in San Antonio. You find out what that is, you can deal with it. We have two advantages, as far as I can tell. We have the home field advantage, and we know that eventually they will be coming to us. But don't trust anybody who can be bought. Do not trust anyone who is easily bent. Suspect everyone. You never know when you are speaking to a Camry, or one that would throw us under the bus to make an easier life for themselves.
Then with that, then microphone. Thank you. With that all said, our next stop is going. We're going to need to mobilize quickly. Quickly, efficiently, but carefully. We can't afford mistakes. We need to best capitalize upon the two advantages that we have. Because if they are coming, and most likely they are coming, I think we'd all sleep a little better during the day, knowing that we at the very least have some kind of plan in place.
Yes. And we'll need to end up finding a new communal haven. I had my eye on a place. It'll take some time. But if I do it right, I think I can get it off the books and keep us from being discovered. Here I expect people to meet me. But I do not expect to end up staying here. This was always a get-you-by kind of haven. We need something more permanent, something more secure, something a little more secretive. I have idea. I truly do. But we need to lay all our cards on the table. Amber, is there anything else you wish to add? Insights, perspectives, something.
On that one, if you have an idea about a haven, I may be able to pull some strings and get some stuff done to
No
help.
paper.
Of course.
If there is so much as a penny associated with that location, I can almost guarantee Kyle would find it as easy as you looking us up in the phone book.
On that one, I will see what I can do. Insight, I've provided all that I have at the we are in.
Very well.
Uncertainty.
He leans down and whispers, "Your family coming to haunt you. I understand your fear, more than you will ever know." He speaks up. "I think it is about time you tell us everything you can about Hugh and their capabilities. If I recall, there's some form of scourge in training in New York. This would be a rite of passage for them, would it not?"
ST.
You would know that to be true, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. That's true.
Then I'm sorry to inform, but if your sire is dead, perhaps this will be a bit of motivation. It would be highly likely the Scourge would have diablerized the target, drank deep the amaranth, consumed your own sire. Your sire's power lies in you. You now comes to take back what is in your veins. For your sire, and your benefit, I would see your revenge.
I need to
Yeah,
get myself together.
you will. First and foremost, remember that you are a child of San Antonio. First. And San Antonio does not abandon its own. So, with that said, let them truly know what they are dealing with. If I recall, Hugh is of the Malkavian persuasion, so, ladies and gentlemen, you are dealing with one who could sneak up at you at any time, toy with the memories of you and those around you, and whose sight can rival that of M's and my own. They may also have further capabilities we do not know. But be aware that wherever you go, they may be there with you.
Carlos just lets out a heavy sigh.
Now, what is on your mind, Carlos? Speak it now.
I don't know half of what you said, but the tone in which you're saying it sounds real scary.
Let me simplify. Kindred war is coming. That means mortals, including your daughter, are gonna be in big fucking trouble. And you too.
I would not see that happen.
Um, you're the one who made me. He points to Urian. Uh, try not to panic.
I imagine it must be difficult. But Carlos, you are a man of security, yes?
Yeah.
Alright. Then you know what your job is. You just need to know the lay of the land, yes?
Right.
Now, if you play it calm, you can get away without them knowing what you are. But at this point, for your daughter, you need to end up making sure San Antonio is a place of monsters you actually know, rather than ones you do not. Prove to me that this is not a wasted effort. Because if you are in fact a liability, Carlos,
No, if you need security systems and shit, then I might be able to swing something.
that would be fantastic. Can you keep it off the grid?
Well, let me think about that for a second.
It's a heavy ask, but if anything ends up on the grid, I know that Kyle will find it. And if Kyle is working with Hugh, that means Hugh will know exactly where to find you. Find us.
Yeah, I think I can keep it off the books.
Very well.
It might not be a lot, but it's something.
That is a start. We cannot protect the whole of this city. At least not now. What we can do is start to look for the holes in our own domain. Trust in Baron Delgato's ability to defend his own, and that the Barons will come to terms. We're just preparing for the worst, is all. That being said, speak your mind. I would not have you follow me into this if you did not wish it. Benji, I know your hatred for the Camarilla, though I very rarely understand why.
You know, I don't really know either.
But if it helps. If you have questions of the Camarilla, I have fought with them for so long, I know their traditions, I know their ways. I can make you dangerous for fighting such an adversary.
You hear a voice in the back of your head. It's because you used to be one of them.
Yes, that's right. In some ways, I still am. But that is neither here nor there at this point in time. They can't, no.
Can't they, though?
Other survivors at Jackson, that would be impossible. It would be impossible. I seen them burn. I made them burn.
Yeah, you did. It's all your fault.
It is. It is all my fault. And yet I am here now. And I will make the difference.
Well then. What's the game plan for the rest of the evening?
M has fed. I can go at least 2 more nights if I do not exert myself. In this time, let us not beat around the bush. Without weapons, without a very large amount of blood, and without the insight to know where they are coming from and being able to track their every movements, we are dead.
I have a question.
First. Yes, Benji.
You've mentioned it before, but how likely are Camarilla to work Thin Bloods?
Thin Bloods.
I have an idea, and it's very much your idea. But maybe, just maybe, start creating some sort of, I don't know, gentrification, uplifting process for Thin Bloods.
Thin Bloods are exactly that. Their blood is thin.
Unless they feed, right?
He looks. I want to do an insight check on that.
Hmm.
Benji, for as young as he is, shouldn't know that. But I do know a few things that would end up letting him know that. Where he could have come up with that.
Benji, what are you trying to get across here? You can roll either a manipulation subterfuge or a charisma persuasion to combat that.
Um. Hmm.
Depending
I'm
on the
trying.
answer.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to think about where where he got that too.
I think
Oh, I know where he would have gotten it. At least I know a little bit enough about your backstory to know exactly where he would have got it. But it's one of those cases where, like, how the hell did you know that?
Yeah. What were the choices again?
manipulation subterfuge or charisma persuasion.
I will go. Look at my stats. I'll go charisma persuasion.
As in, you're convincing Urian that you know what you're talking about?
I guess not. Never mind. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know where he's trying to get at.
I think what Urian is trying to guess at is whether or not you're familiar with thin blood and diablerie.
More accurately, I know, because I'm a specialist in this sort of endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
I have some experience with this.
All right. I'm going
But
then.
how Benji would know is a different story. ST, from the difference in role, what would be the most likely way Benji would have run across this? Because he hasn't really shown any knowledge of the occult, and yet he's aware of this. This is a fairly big one.
He. Something's always been off about Benji. He's always seemed a little weird. He's very strong, especially for a Bruja. He's very singularly focused. What would make you think?
Benji.
Yeah.
Someone taught you of that. Did you read any good books recently?
He looks down and you can see he's thinking really hard about it. At the same time, there's just kind of this blankness to his face. I don't. He turns his gaze to Green. No. I don't. I don't really read that much.
I didn't figure so. Perhaps a priest told you.
I don't remember. I'm sorry. I just know it. He just holds his hand out, like shrugging.
It is of no matter. When it comes down to it, thin bloods can assist, certainly. My greatest concern right now. You said that they were in Dallas, yes, Amber?
Yes, at the very least, Kyle. What Mr. Duval said was the survivor.
You were cutting out a little bit there.
As Mr. Duval said, as for Kyle and the supposed other survivors, yes.
Then you will make some time to see if you can have any chance of finding information. Perhaps they're coming in by flight, by truck, by train. I believe a woman of your stature should be able to end up ascertaining information with her social graces, or at the very least her cleavage.
I can attempt to ask to see if I can
Ask
extort some.
hard.
Of course, as hard as I possibly can.
When we know who they're coming in. Benji, you said that you're looking into a thin blood sort.
Yeah. I'm thinking if we can contact maybe like a coterie or something, we can start bringing them into the domain a bit more. I got to thinking about you. I don't want to see you in that position again. So,
Well, the current concern is touching Benji. I have no time right now for becoming emotional.
I don't blame you.
I will meet with your thin bloods if you were to corral them. I would meet if there is one that they all follow in this domain, hiding in the cracks. I would meet with them face to face.
Right.
M.
Yes.
If you are too fearful to face against Hugh, I can understand. All you need to do is point me in the direction. And I have a great irony that would make even the Toreador blush.
I need to do this. I need to end this. I will ask for help if I need it.
No,
But
you
for
are not going to ask, you have. Do not be a fool, one who would throw their life away. This coterie is your strength. I said it before and I will say it again. You are all my strength and my strength is yours. We are all agreed upon this one truth. So, your sword, your shield, your army, your generals are here. You find our foe. You will be our whisper. I want to know everything that is happening, everything in this domain. I will exhaust every favor I have to keep you safe. Every resource at my disposal. I have the smallest of herds, but it is yours if you need it.
okay.
Speaking of, I also can be accessed. cutting out on me. I also have a herd that can be accessed if required.
Carlos, you will
Uh-huh.
be our security. Your job is to end up being the eyes and ears. In doing so, I will go out of my way to make sure that the resources owed to you will be given. And in each service you provide, I will provide the vessel where you can feed. Safely, willingly, and to keep you sated and focused. Show me you can do the task before you, and I will teach you more of what our blood can do.
Put a firearm in my hands and I'm a pretty good shot.
Then we will get you armed. Hey. It's time to earn our keep, ladies and gentlemen. Urian turns away from the group and starts to go up to the loft near that tiny library of his. He needs a moment to recoup, to wrap his head around what he's just heard. More survivors of Jackson.
Oops. I think that's where we're going to call the session for tonight. Thank you for playing.
Wowza.
Oh, God.
That was brilliant. Oh my heavens.
I hope I'm right. I seriously hope I'm right. You're taking a coterie out of all of our adversaries and Sire's adversaries and all this, you put it up and it's now a coterie v coterie war.
Oh,
We'll find out.
Oh, God.
Oh, that makes me
Oh,
feel so
God.
good.
M.
Yes.
Oh, God, the feels.
yeah, the feels
Oh,
were
God, the
real.
feels.
I
Feels were
loved
real.
it. I was gonna cry.
I was like insta react as soon as that vision happened. Character just smacked me in the face, and I'm like, okay, I'm M
You're
now.
crying now.
Cries on command. Oh Lord, that was brilliant though. Oh my God, coffee, that was so good.
I know that you guys had been slow burning a little bit, so
Slow burn is
Payoff.
fine in this kind of game.
payoff.
But spice!
Mm.
The
Spicy.
spice!
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
tension, my old friend.
Hello, attention, my old friend.
But yes, I hope you enjoyed that.
I did.
Yes, very much
Mm-hmm.
so.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta, Spectre I think already has like what I think we're all agreed on that. On what Spectre typed in as far as like push the plot line and scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta say, I I actually got chills, and it might be me being a bit narcissistic, but I had freaking chills when the Amber calls up Bar and just says, Urian Doyle's calling in his favor. Like, just this cold
Oh
authority,
yeah.
like the, oh shit.
Shit, son.
Trust me, when I was when I was coming up with the concept of Amber and talking to Coffee about it,
Yeah.
I must note that if she didn't end up being Toreador, she would have been a Ventru.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, I love that because it was just one of those, like, legitimately, like, I kind of hope that when you said that, there was kind of this bit of like a personal power trip of yourself where it's like, yeah, that's right, you know who I work for. Back down.
Oh
I
yeah,
tell
you
you how
better
this
believe.
goes.
For reference to the viewers, for what I put in for push the plot was Urian with his Autobots rollout style of leadership. Line Amber with her Urian Doyle is calling his favor. I agree with that. And the scene tonight, I put to M Vision her hardship and mostly her grieving because I cried. It's fine. I cried.
Tears. Tears.
I'm soft.
I am 100% in agreement with that. Amber wants to give Em a hug.
The bean.
Benji wanted to console her, mostly because he feels the most kinship with her.
Are there any other takers or givers or anything
No,
else?
I think this is
yeah.
the first time we don't even need to deliberate. Like
All right.
it is so solid.
Yeah,
We can just go through the list and go bang, done.
Bang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody get their one experience for the game. We agreed that Urian was plot.
Mhm.
That
Yeah, that's
M
normal.
was scene.
Mhm.
And Amber was line.
Yes.
To take your experience as that would dictate. Is there any
Y'all-
expenditures today?
I only have two.
Okay.
Unless
Y'all, we got
the ST is willing to agree that we can share experience to coterie stats.
Toward
Oh,
coterie
sure.
assets, yes.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah, I've like hoarded so much XP. I have
Y-
16.
No, you want to know
I-
what? You build your own personal power. Like I've built up enough personal power that like I can build up a little bit more, but right now, like I think we've pretty much said like we're building up for Haven,
Mhm.
security, building up Prolian, building up Lane, building up contacts, all this kind of stuff. So, like
If you guys want to share XP and build up on coterie stuff, yeah, we can do that.
All right.
the very first thing I will say, I am willing to spend my 2 experience if somebody wants to pitch in one to get us one more dot in herd.
Doing it.
Is
I'm here for it.
I think CoffeeCat, you would agree, like Urian in his off time and in his spare time has definitely been trying to build up a new black mass. So
Oh yeah, yeah. There's
like
plenty of downtime that goes on day to day.
so
I
I
pitched
am
in, so
You've been calling people.
so
Not to mention Doc's probably been helping you on that front too.
probably.
She enjoyed it the last time, so why wouldn't she?
Yeah. So we got 2 dots herd for shared in Urian's satanic cult.
Mm-hmm. I need to clean up the actual character sheets for all of you in regards to all of that, so that it's all the same. But yes, I will do that in the off week.
Yes.
I was wondering if I could put anything towards Auspex.
Auspex. Let's see.
Oh,
Where are you on
certainly.
Auspex? What level?
Like dot wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 dot.
Yeah, so
You would be
15.
able to take your third. Yeah, for 15.
oh fuck, you're the
Yeah.
3 dots. Damn.
Hey, I gotta step up my game.
It's true.
I
Okay, so
think that makes you and me the only 2 that have 3 dots in a.
In disciplines, yeah.
No.
Okay. No?
No.
No.
Amber has 3 in presence, doesn't
Oh,
she?
that she does, yeah.
Oh, she's a 3-dot presence user. She hasn't used it yet, but when she does.
Fantastic. All right.
So, oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. That simply means that we will be between personal herds and all that. We should be good enough for blood if we absolutely need it.
Yep.
I mean, like, I have a 2-dot herd.
Amber's got her personal, Benji's got his personal. He's already
And
used it, though.
Urian's offering his 2 dots, so.
Yep. Benji, keep a note. How many nights we actually pass before your your herd refreshes.
Oh, I have been. I have been.
Okay.
Okay.
This will count as night 1.
And it's also night 1 of Urian being 1 dot to M.
Yep.
Okay. Gotta keep track of that. That's gotta be very freaking careful.
If you can track that
then
on your character sheet somehow, I would love that.
I am working on it right now.
Perfect.
So 1 second. I want to double check something,
Mm-hmm.
but I believe. Where are you? There we go. Heard. Okay. So for the resonance, I am going to pick phlegmatic so to assist M with her visions.
Perfect.
So M, whenever you need, like you're saying, we absolutely need to get some premonition on.
Right.
Phlegmatic is. Remind me again.
That's
Is
the
that
cough.
common amongst religion as far as a reflective mood?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It
I have
can be. With you got to remember, it's of my choice,
Right.
and since I'm basically the one presenting the sermons, you know, this contentment and indulgence, right? This want for nothing
Mm-hmm.
is where my sermons are currently going towards.
Perfect.
I have a question.
You could play it up, really.
So.
Yeah.
Could I also change the resonance of my personal one of them?
I believe that takes at least a week in character. Possibly longer. I'd have to look that up.
All right.
Uh,
I'm gonna start doing that, and on Benji's downtime, he's gonna be getting people really, really cozy for phlegmatic.
All right.
Oh, so you're doing along the same ways?
I want that dominate. I want it.
Ah.
I can't change my herd's
Okay.
thing. It's sanguine though, if you must know. So
Benji, do you only have 1 dot in herd?
No, I originally started out with 3 dots. A couple nights ago, I used.
Oh,
3
you only
nights
had
ago,
1
I
dot
used,
to spend. Okay.
yeah,
I got you.
wanted to spend.
So, yeah.
and I
As
now
soon as you
have
get to 2, you get to choose a resonance.
Yep.
The larger the herd, the more you can cherry pick your resonances.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got 2
Where
resonances.
is it?
Yep, so you should be 3.
I know with
You should be
2
3
dots, it's a
dot herd.
50-50 chance about whether or not the person's actually feeling one or not, but...
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is
And
it?
I'd
Where
roll
is it?
that
Where
as
is
a
it?
high or low, so...
Okay.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
All right, so next in about 3 nights, I guess I'm gonna start working on that. Or just in general, in his downtime, Benji's just gonna be buying drinks for people.
Mm.
Well,
Three dot herds with two different resonances you pick each week. If it's a 3 dot.
yeah.
Each week? Oh.
Yep.
Yep. Just
Two
takes a
two
week.
dots is half share a resonance that you pick when you buy. 1 dot is 1 to 3 vessels with random resonances and specifically no clocks.
So, presumably,
Mm-hmm.
in 3 nights, when those other 2 dots replenish, then I can just say I can change them to phlegmatic when I want.
Yes.
You could change
Yes.
one of them to phlegmatic and the other one to whatever else you want. You get to pick 2.
You are
because-
literally cultivating. That's the thing about hurt. You are cultivating what you are feeding on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
Benji's
Also,
gonna go out.
we need to
We
resolve
have
some
stains.
stains.
We do need to resolve some stains.
So let's get
Okay.
some remorse checks, my friends.
Oh.
I'm not your friend. I know how this goes.
Urian, you go first.
You cruel son of a bitch.
I love you.
Plus side.
Success. This is the worst. Benji is a success.
Oh, I need to roll one, huh? Yep.
Amber.
Ben-
Not down the rabbit hole, not down the rabbit hole, not down the rabbit hole. Not down the rabbit hole.
So am I just rolling one?
You're gonna hit the remorse, and it is going to
How
ask you
many
for your
blank
humanity
boxes
toy.
do you have between your Phil's humanity boxes and the stains? Because you took three stains, right?
3 stains, yeah.
Are there no boxes?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. And then,
As in empty ones, not ones that are slashed, and not ones that are filled.
okay, let me fix that real quick then.
Yeah, because.
Oh, so
you're
3.
gonna-
So
Okay.
three slashed,
Yeah.
and none, and all the rest of them are filled.
There's 3 blank.
3 blank.
3 blank.
What is your
Wait,
Your
humanity?
humanity 4?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
No, you're
Dude,
not.
Shouldn't be.
No, you're not.
Shouldn't be.
No.
I don't know how.
So I'll show you on the sheet. So you are humanity 7,
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
and you're
Yeah,
gonna
you
do
start-
the 3 on the end.
Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna do it
Oh.
on the end like that.
Also,
Okay.
So, since they are butting up against each other, you're gonna hit the remorse dice. It asks you how many remorse dice you have. You have 1.
Okay. And then I'll do that.
Oh no.
It was
And this
what
is worth it.
worth it. Needed to happen.
Yeah.
You were so hungry. So goddamn hungry.
So goddamn hungry, and the vision was worth it. It was justified to kill that man.
It was.
Bitch, you killed Derek.
I started laughing when you mentioned his name. I'm like, wait, why are we doing this?
So that is what your humanity looks like now, Em.
Cool.
are
Thank you. I was so
humanity
confused.
Yeah.
Derek dropped M's humanity.
Mm-hmm.
He
I
was
like the ring
lonely.
of that.
It was nice.
It's easy.
I was starting to take personal offense on this.
Sorry.
Does that make it worth it?
Specs.
I resolved my desire. Does that mean I get to refill that will?
Whatever willpower you spent, yeah.
Fuck
What
yeah.
for one?
Yeah.
For
For
filling
one?
for fulfilling desire, you have a pool of very small. So you're gonna fill it up by the next session anyway. So you can go ahead
Yep.
and just put it at full.
Alright. Cool. That'll be
Anyone
set
else
up for-
fulfill any desires or ambitions, or need to heal any willpower?
I got mine all healed up, and I succeeded my desire.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
Just
I would
changing
say
for
that
next week.
yeah, I'm the same. Mine were all filled, and I think I did. I think I did fulfill my desire. Make a useful acquaintance. I'm pretty sure I've done that. In fact, I've done that several times over.
I would say so.
The funny part is Benji still hasn't said jack shit about. Oh God, what was his name?
Rascal.
Rascal. Yeah.
Well, coincidentally, there hasn't been room for that just yet, so I think on a downtime, Benji's gonna make a point about that to the rest of the coterie.
Can bring it up next session.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you will.
I'm looking forward to this.
By the way,
'Cause, there was a part of me that was kind of thinking about it and going, is Benji about to pull an Amber right now?
I mean, okay,
Mhm.
all right. I forgot to mention, Benji never actually made a note to Rascal when and where they were meeting.
I
You
would.
said tonight.
You said
Said
not
not
tonight.
No, not tonight. Alright.
If you want to out of character resolve that, then we can do that.
All right, I am out of character resolving that.
I have my new desire.
Nice.
Amber wants to have a heart-to-heart with M.
Oh,
Yeah.
how cute.
Desire. I want to meet Calais Calhoun face to face.
Mm.
If he is coming in right off the plane, I want to be there holding the cardboard sign.
That's
Oh yeah.
Like,
that's
go ahead,
perfect.
frenzy right now. Watch what that gets you.
Will you be talking to him in that voice? That is the question.
That's something to learn. Wait and find out.
We'll wait and find out. But thank you, everybody, for coming by and watching. We will be back on Saturday with some art. I have a commission to do for what's her face? Hypnotic Gamer.
Nice.
Doing another photo composition. So there's that. Other than that, on that day, it's probably going to be more D&D stuff. Or vampire. I don't know. We'll find out. I may
Also,
run out of steam after commissions.
also, for the mutuals, Gathering of Nerds is going to be starting up Brisbane by night very, very soon.
Yes.
Stay in tune with the Discord for that.
Yes. If you
Come
have not
in.
joined the Discord, I am putting the Discord link up right now. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you who came out to watch, and I appreciate all of my players for playing. You are delightful people, and it was so fun
And
to
we
torture you.
And we appreciate you as our storyteller.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
He. But yeah, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night.
Nighty night.
Bon nuit.
Buenos noches.